I am one self, united with my Creator. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. I am one self, united with my Creator. I am one self, united with my Creator. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea, and tell him this: you are one self, you are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. In honor, I honor you because of what I am and what He is, who loves us both as one. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea, and tell him this: you are one self, you are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am and what He is, who loves us both as one. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. I am one self, united with my Creator. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness. A nice, comfortable, warm April the 5th of 2026 lesson. I'm actually a few days before this Sunday. It's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter. Let's see. This is for lesson 95 in A Course in Miracles. I'm reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles. Lesson 95. I am one self, united with my Creator. Today's idea accurately describes you as God created you. You are one within yourself and one with Him. Yours is the unity of all creation. Your perfect unity makes change in you impossible. You do not accept this, and you fail to realize it must be so, only because you believe that you have changed yourself already. You see yourself as a ridiculous parody on God's creation. Parody, a mocking imitation. So you see yourself as a ridiculous, mocking imitation on God's creation, weak, vicious, ugly, and sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. Such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many warring parts, separate from God, and tenaciously held together by its erratic and capricious maker, to which you pray. Tenaciously is weak and easily broken. Capricious is sudden mood changes, given to sudden mood changes. So such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many warring parts, separate from God, and easily broken, held together by its erratic and variable mood changing maker, to which you pray. It does not hear your prayers, for it is deaf. It does not see the oneness in you, for it is blind. It does not understand you are the Son of God, for it is senseless and understands nothing. We will attempt today to be aware only of what we can hear and see and what makes perfect sense. We will again direct our exercises towards reaching your one self, which is united with its Creator. In patience and in hope, we try again today. The use of the first 5 minutes of every waking hour for practicing the idea for the day has special advantages at the stage of learning in which you are at present. So he wants us to take the first 5 minutes of every waking hour and have a practice period, a meditation. And if you can't do it, at least close your eyes, and if you can, or at least remind yourself, I am one self united with my Creator. It is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander if it undertakes extended practice. You've surely realized this by now. You have seen the extent of your lack of mental discipline and of your need for mind training. It is necessary that you be aware of this, for it is indeed a hindrance to your advance. We need to learn to keep our mind focused on what we're doing instead of, as you've probably noticed, your mind wanders to all kinds of things. You're not thinking about the lesson at all. Frequent but shorter practice periods have other advantages for you at this time. In addition to recognizing your difficulties with sustained attention, you must also have noticed that unless you are reminded of your purpose frequently, you tend to forget it for long periods of time. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for the day, and you have not yet formed the habit of using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. Structure then is necessary for you at this time. Plan to include frequent reminders of your goal and regular attempts to reach it. Regularity in terms of time is not the ideal requirement for the most beneficial form of practice in salvation. It is advantageous, however, for those whose motivation is inconsistent and who remain heavily defended against learning. We will therefore keep to the 5-minute and hour practice periods for a while and urge you to omit as few as possible. Using the first 5 minutes of the hour will be particularly helpful since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from the schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. There may well be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognized as what it is: a refusal to let your mistake be corrected and an unwillingness to try again. The Holy Spirit is not delayed in His teaching by your mistakes. He can be held back only by your unwillingness to let them go. Let us therefore be determined, particularly for the next week or so, to be willing to forgive ourselves for our lapses in diligence and our failures to follow the instructions for practicing the day's idea. This tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook it, rather than give it power to delay our learning. If we give it power to do this, we are regarding it as strength and are confusing strength with weakness. When you fail to comply with the requirements of this course, you've merely made a mistake. This calls for correction and for nothing else. To allow a mistake to continue is to make additional mistakes based on the first and reinforcing it. It is this process that must be laid aside, for it is but another way in which you would defend illusions against the truth. Let all these errors go by recognizing them for what they are. They are attempts to keep you unaware you are one self, united with your Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. This is the truth, and nothing else is true. Today we will affirm this truth again and try to reach the place in you in which there is no doubt that only this is true. Begin the practice periods today with this assurance offered to your mind with all the certainty that you can give. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Then close your eyes and tell yourself again, slowly and thoughtfully, attempting to allow the meaning of the words to sink into your mind, replacing false ideas. I am one self. Say that again. I am one self with your eyes closed. Repeat this several times and then attempt to feel the meaning that the words convey. You are one self, united and secure in light and joy and peace. You are God's Son, one self, with one Creator and one goal, to bring awareness of this oneness to all minds, that true creation may extend the allness and the unity of God. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with power to lift the veil of darkness from the world, and let the light in you come through to teach the world the truth about yourself. You are one self, in perfect harmony with all there is and all that there will be. You are one self, the Holy Son of God, united with your brothers in that self, united with your Father in His will. Feel this one self in you and let it shine away all your illusions and your doubts. This is yourself, the Son of God Himself, sinless as its Creator, with His strength within you and His love forever yours. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you, and to cast all your illusions out of the one mind that is this self, the holy truth in you. Do not forget today, we need your help, your little part in bringing happiness to all the world, and heaven looks to you in confidence that you will try today. Share then its surety, for it is yours. Be vigilant. Do not forget today. Throughout the day, do not forget your goal. Repeat today's idea as frequently as possible, and understand each time you do so, someone hears the voice of hope, the stirring of the truth within his mind, the gentle rustling of the wings of peace. Your own acknowledgement, you are one self, united with your Father, is a call to all the world to be at one with you. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea and tell him this: you are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am and what He is, who loves us both as one. Okay, now let's go take a look in our text reading, and we're ready for chapter 11, God or the Ego, Roman numeral 3, darkness to light, from darkness to light. And if you're reading from the original edition with me, read chapter 10, Roman numeral 8, and 69 through 79. And then Acts chapter 7 out of the New Testament, and Iyengar Yoga 114 and 115. And out of A Course of Love, chapter 31, start with paragraph 31 to the end of the chapter. From darkness to light. When you are weary, remember you have hurt yourself. Your comforter will rest you, but you cannot. You do not know how, for if you did, you could never have grown weary. Unless you hurt yourself, you could never suffer in any way, for that is not God's will for His Son. Pain is not of God, for He knows no attack, and His peace surrounds you silently. God is very quiet, for there is no conflict in Him. Conflict is the root of all evil. For being blind, it does not see whom it attacks. Yet it always attacks the Son of God, and the Son of God is you. Paragraph 2. God's Son is indeed in need of comfort, for He knows not what He does, believing His will is not His own. The kingdom is His, and yet He wanders homeless. At home in God He is lonely, and amid all His brothers He is friendless. Would God let this be real, when He did not will to be alone Himself? And if your will is His, it cannot be true of you, because it cannot be true of Him. Oh, my child, if you knew what God wills for you, your joy would be complete. And what He wills has happened, for it was always true. When the light comes and you have said, God's will is mine, you will see such beauty that you will know it is not of you. Out of your joy, you will create beauty in His name, for your joy could no more be contained than His. The bleak little world will vanish into nothingness, and your heart will be so filled with joy that it will leap into heaven and into the presence of God. I cannot tell you what this will be like, for your heart is not ready. Yet I can tell you and remind you often that what God wills for Himself, He wills for you. And what He wills for you is yours. I am oneself, united with my Creator. Paragraph 4. The way is not hard, but it is very different. Yours is the way of pain, of which God knows nothing. That way is hard indeed and very lonely. Fear and grief are your guests, and they go with you and abide with you on the way. But the dark journey is not the way of God's Son. Walk in the light and do not see the dark companions, for they are not fit companions for the Son of God, who was created of light and in light. The great light always surrounds you and shines out from you. How can you see the dark companions in a light such as this? If you see them, it is only because you are denying the light. But deny them instead, for the light is here and the way is clear. 5. God hides nothing from His Son, even though His Son would hide Himself. Yet the Son of God cannot hide His glory, for God wills Him to be glorious, and gave Him the light that shines in Him. You will never lose your way, for God leads you. When you wander, you but undertake a journey that is not real. The dark companions, the dark way, and are all illusions. Turn toward the light, for the little spark in you is part of a light so great that it can sweep you out of all darkness forever. For your Father is your Creator, and you are like Him. 6. The children of light cannot abide in darkness, for darkness is not of them. Do not be deceived by the dark comforters, and never let them enter the mind of God's Son, for they have no place in His temple. When you are tempted to deny God, remember that there are no other gods to place before Him, and accept His will for you in peace. For you cannot accept it otherwise. Got to accept God's will in peace, or you can't accept it otherwise. No grudgingly acceptance of it. Paragraph 7. Only God's comforter can comfort you. In the quiet of His temple, He waits to give you the peace that is yours. Give His peace, that you may enter the temple and find it waiting for you. But be holy in the presence of God, or you will not know that you are there. For what is unlike God cannot enter His mind, because it was not His thought and therefore does not belong to Him. And your mind must be as pure as His, if you would know what belongs to you. Guard carefully His temple, for He Himself dwells there, and abides in peace. You cannot enter God's presence with the dark companions beside you, but you also cannot enter alone. And remember, those dark companions are your own imagination, all the makings of the ego. All your brothers must enter with you, for until you have accepted them, you cannot enter. For you cannot understand wholeness unless you are whole, and no part of the Son can be excluded if he would know the wholeness of his Father. And the last paragraph, 8. In your mind you can accept the whole sonship and bless it with the light your Father gave it. Then you will be worthy to dwell in the temple with him, because it is your will not to be alone. God blessed his Son forever. If you will bless him in time, you will be in eternity. Time cannot separate you from God if you use it on behalf of the eternal. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, let's see what's going on around the world today as we remember throughout the day. I am oneself, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Easter Sunday, happy Easter Sunday for the Western Roman Catholic Church and the Protestant Reformed churches. In the East, it's Palm Sunday in the Orthodox Christian Church. Holy Week begins for them. Passover, it's the 5th day of the 8 days for the Jewish Passover. Feast of the First Fruits for the Messianic Judaism folks. International Day of Conscience from a UN day. I figure that's a good one. Follow your conscience. Caramel Day. I found these on holidays and observances, or a lot of them. Accelerate ACL, anterior cruciate ligament awareness among young women day. I've got a severed anterior cruciate ligament that I've been doing good on for many years. Learned to keep my legs straight, or keep it where it always never gets too much lateral pressure against it. Bell Bottoms Day. First Contact Day. I saw a really good video. I would encourage you to watch it. It's a Dr. Stephen Greer First Contact. It's called CE5, The New Frontier of Contact. Basically, contact's always been going on. We just haven't risen to high enough in our consciousness to connect with that consciousness, the one self united with my Creator. So I think you'll like it. You'll have to rent it or pay for it unless you have some friend that's got it. I think I watched it on Amazon. I don't think it's on Netflix yet. Anyway, it's CE5, The New Frontier of Contact, since this is First Contact Day. Go for Broke Day, Gold Star Spouses Day, Dandelion Day, the Taraxacum officinale. The leaves, the flowers, and the roots are all edible. It's number 119 in the herb book, where he says it's an aperient, which is really a mild laxative. A chalagogue, which strengthens the liver and increases bile. It's a diuretic, a stomachic, strengthens the digestive system, and it's a tonic. So dandelions, they're kind of bitter when you first eat them, but I kind of like that bitter flavor. And then out of edible landscaping, we've got the consort black currant, a Ribes nigrum, and it says of the consort, get to the page, consort black currant is a productive rust-resistant European black currant. It was bred and selected in Canada for immunity to white pine blister rust. Clusters of medium-sized fruit mature in June on the small compact bush 4 to 5 foot tall and wide. Consort likes rich sweet soil, sweet meaning alkaline, at least neutral, 7, but is widely adaptable and can thrive with neglect, especially in the northeast U.S. Europeans love its assertive flavor and aroma, and it is a benefit nutritionally for anyone that includes them in their diet. Being high in vitamin C and omega fatty acids, consort will grow and fruit in small shade and usually holds its leaves better in late summer in the shade in the warmer climate zone and is adaptable. Okay, so it says it'll fruit even in shade. It does not have showy flowers like American black currants, nor is it the grape-derived small raisin called currant in the health food stores. Space 5-foot circles, zones 4 through 7. And also I found that it's been used, or it's got high anthocyanins in it, which are antioxidants. It will boost your immune system, eye health, reduce inflammation and arthritis, supports heart health and post-exercise recovery, and good for gut health. Anyway, lots of good things about the consort black currant. And let's see, I think in our word for peace, we're going to take it from the Volta River Basin of Ghana and West Africa, the Mossi people, also in Burkina Faso, the Mossi people, and the word for peace is Lafi. So L-A-F-I, is that Lafi? That's how we'll say it, Lafi. Lafi be with you. Yeah, Lafi. Peace be with you. I'm trying to get my my book to stay here, trying to get it to where I can not have the wind blow the lesson, so I can sing it. I am oneself, united with my Creator. I am oneself, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea, and tell him this: you are oneself, you are oneself with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am and what He is, who loves us both as one. I am oneself, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. With my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. I am oneself, united with my Creator. And as they say in the Mossi language, Lafi or Lafi. Lafi be with you, peace be with you. I am oneself, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Lafi.